On day one of the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons made two massive moves in the first round, adding not only depth at edge rusher, getting guys to the quarterback, but added insane versatility, right? And in this video, I wanted to break down my initial reaction to both James Pearce and Jaylen Walker added to this Atlanta Falcons defense, who, guys, quite frankly, if we go back to last season, we can recognize one thing and one thing alone. They ranked 31st in the NFL when it came to QB sack percentage. They needed to find someone, not only someone, but two guys, I guess, that could get to the quarterback. And now that they have these two players, and again, we're going to break down everything you need to know, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. We got you guys covered in this video, okay? So make sure you guys stay tuned. Comment down below a letter grade for these two draft picks in this new look Atlanta Falcon defense. And with that being said, get ready, man. Let's dive into everything you need to know about these two rookies. Alright guys, first thing I want to show you is a little bit of film before we dive into the pros and cons of the player. Look at this play here, Jaylen Walker off the edge versus new Saints offensive lineman Kelvin Banks. Here we go, look at him plant that foot into the outside, get all that weight onto the outside foot of the tackle, and then bulldoze, rip through, and rip around, and get a QB sack here on Quinn Ewers. Jaylen Walker is an absolute unit, and I am so excited about him. Then you have James Pearce off the edge here. This dude is a different breed as well. Look at him bend around the corner, rip through with his hand, and boom, nail the quarterback in the backfield. Let's dive into some pros and cons and how they fit. Just made their selection, adding a pass rusher from Georgia, Jaylen Walker at 15. In this video, we're going to break down everything that you need to know about Jaylen Walker, who he is, what he adds, the pros, the cons, the goods, the bads, the uglies. We got you guys covered. So before we dive into Jaylen Walker, before we dive into what you guys just added, and trust me, you're going to want to wait for this, let me know in the comments how you feel about this pick, but also hit the like button if you like it. Comment down below P2 if you want me to cover every Falcons draft pick. He stays in the state, which is huge. And subscribe to the channel, guys. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And with that being said, let's dive into Jaylen Walker. Now, first things first, 6'2", 245 pounds, only 21 years old, very young. I like that for him. Now, this is a guy that has gotten better and better and better throughout his collegiate career. And that's something you want to see. You want to see development from point A to point B to point C, right? And that's something that he has done. Now, physically, this guy is a unit of an off-ball type of linebacker, but can also rush the quarterback, okay? So let's go to a little bit of some analysis here. He's natural off the edge, which means you can utilize him in a lot of different areas, but getting to the quarterback is something he is very good at, okay? Now, he's got the size to play inside or outside linebacker as well. So, again, he can play Mike, he can play Will, he can play Sam. He's got a lot of versatility, I guess you could say. He's got shades of Devin White. Devin White was one of the, he was a Pro Bowl linebacker for a couple of years there with great speed, great downhill explosiveness, and that's something he has as well, right? He's got that powerful upper body stack blockers at contact punch, beautiful. Long arms for that 6'2" frame, which allows him to, get more pressure on quarterbacks coming off that edge. Now in 2024, had 6.5 sacks, 10.5 tackles for loss. This dude was a beast. Now, let's go to his cons, right? Does not have a lot of experience in coverage, okay? So that goes back to playing that inside linebacker. He needs time to develop in that area. Current game lacks the lateral quickness needed for an off-ball linebacker work. So again, it looks like he'll be more of a pass rusher right away, but can be versatile, more dynamic if you need him to be. Just needs to develop, right? Instincts and anticipation are still a work in progress. Again, 21 years old. You're not expecting this guy to come out here being the best player in the world, right? He had 28 pressures last year. So again, we expect him to come into this defense and fit perfectly off the edge. Now, the thing about this team is they like to run that 3-4 defense. We have those three big defensive linemen, and then your outside backers, Leonard Floyd, who they bring over from San Francisco, and then you have Arnold Ebiketie as well, who was drafted back in 2022. I think he's going to come in here. You also have Braylon Trice. I love what they have done with this team, and I think he's going to come in here and be a day one starter for them. Or you can view him as a Dallas Turner type player who comes in, rotates in, but is hyper dynamic and, efficient getting to the quarterback. So I love that. Last season, this Atlanta Falcon team ranked 31st, almost dead last in the NFL when it came to sacking the opposing quarterback. Jaylen Walker is a guy that fixes that almost right away. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade, and the Atlanta Falcons are making some really good moves here. Now, they just got the number 26 overall pick in this year's NFL draft, and also a this year's third-round pick as well, and traded the Rams a pick in the second round, their first-round pick next season, and a 2025 7th-round pick as well to come up and select James Pearce Jr. at number 26 overall. And in this video, what I wanted to do is break down everything you need to know about this dude right here. Now, I love this, okay? We talked all day long about their sack percentage being one of the worst I've ever seen in the NFL. 31 overall, right? 5% of the time they were getting QB sacks. That is not good at all compared to some of the other teams in the NFL, right? Now, when you add a guy, not only add a guy like Jaylen Walker, but now add a guy like James Pearce. I mean, guys, we're going to break it all down in 1 second. Before we break down the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, hit that like button. Comment down below P2 if you want more Atlanta Falcons videos throughout the entirety of the draft. But also, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So, you guys can see right away, 89.4 pass rush grade, 84.1 run defense grade, 83.7 true pass set pass rush grade. This guy has a 23% pass rush win rate as well, and a 10% run stop rate. Now, you guys might not know what that means, but I'm telling you, it is good. Okay, very twitchy player, explosive first step. We need guys in the backfield ASAP. Now, people are going to immediately come to me and say, this doesn't make sense. Why are we taking another edge rusher? We bring in Leonard Floyd, who, guys, isn't the youngest guy in the shed. Okay, let's keep that in mind, right? But now you have 2 day one starters off the edge, potentially. And also, the Eagles just gave you the blueprint. How to win the Super Bowl, have non-stop depth at edge rusher and interior defensive line, and rotate guys in and out, in and out. That way, all of the stamina is just 100%. So that's huge. You got very fast hands, decent speed to power punch, right? He's got good anticipation. Love that. That's huge. Good flexibility. Can get very low and fast around the edge. Knows how to attack half man consistently, an excellent pursuit speed to the ball carrier. This is a guy that has everything you'd want in a situational pass rusher. Now, listen, I will say he has areas to grow, okay? There needs to be a little bit of development in some area of his game. If we go to cons, the lightweight makes it easier to lock him up, finishing him to the ground. That is something that we need to improve on. Let's go over to his weight here. He's 243, so a little bit undersized there. Snap count is lower than his peers in his class. Okay, I get it. Again, he was a situational player, but was dominant on both sides, run and pass rush. Again, need more of a true pass rush plan. I wish the motor ran through the whistle more, because this is one that I totally agree with. I need the motor to be a little bit better here, but overall, this is a guy that wants to win reps. He wants to win a lot of football games, and he wants to be a big-time player. So for Atlanta, who needs more pass rush, this is a guy that adds more versatility and more depth and competitiveness going into camp. I like it. James Pearce is a good player. I really do like him a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.